How's it going, YouTubers? It's me, John Green. More bass, more beats. This morning I made a video saying how fast the response time was from Roli to deregister this Seaboard block. It was over the weekend. And then I responded in the same email asking about this one and got that serial number and information. And already thanks for reaching out again. This one is all cleared for you now as well. Please let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. That's within a few hours. Alright, so maybe I did that about 9 or 10. It's 12:30. So a couple of hours and they were back to me with the second one. So now I can actually register this block and get my Roli working properly. And that's what it's all about. Alright, so you can, maybe you can't see, but I'll try to give you a look. Got this here. Now my block is registered and my Seaboard is registered. I don't really mind you seeing the registration numbers because you won't be able to get the hardware to get a copy of the hardware or the receipt of it being sold. At least I hope that's the case. Alright, now I've got the Seaboard block, the Lightpad, and I want to see how long it takes to register. I know it kind of sucks to watch it over my shoulder and it's not the same as actually getting a screen grab. I'm going to work on that. But still, I'll talk you through it. Alright, register a product up here in the top right hand corner. What kind of product? Alright, I'll try to give you a better view of what's going on so I'm not just gas bagging and you don't know. Okay. So this is what's happened. Wait, I'll go back so you see what I'm talking about. Register a product. So this is on my Roli page. My Roli page. And I've logged on. Register a product. This is something new. Which product is it? Well, I'll tell you. The Roli block. Enter my serial number. Just a second. I've got to do that by hand. The serial number. I have a photograph of it. That's how small the serial number is. Okay. Let's see what happens. I press the register button. That's the register button. It's registering right now. Let's have a look at my dashboard. There it is. Roli Lightpad block is now going to work with the software. When I tried it with the software a little earlier, it didn't work because this hadn't been registered yet. Everything is happening today. It's a big day here. Oh, look at this. This is my... That's actually not this. This is the Seaboard driving software. And this is the Seaboard. And check it out. It's just amazing. If you touch it, it makes a small effect. Harder, it makes a big effect. It sort of does amazing things on the screen. It's polyphonic, which is amazing too. I'm going to unplug that. So the software now says, what do you want to look for? And I'll say, I want to look for this one. Okay. Or I've got to click the blocks tab as well. Alright, so I'm plugging this in. Not sure how informative some of these videos might or might not be. But you can see the time difference between making a request with Roli and getting an answer from Roli is pretty quick. Deregistering your products happens pretty fast. And now I just got to mess around a little bit with the software and make sure everything works properly. This is just the fiddly bits of using digital software. And the good news is that a lot of the Roli stuff is intuitive, so once you plug it all in, Roli products are recognized automatically by the PC, and they're just that easy to use. Pretty cool. Alright, I'll get back to you with some more info. Today's the day of registrations, deregistrations, some frustrations, and getting all the Roli products working properly. So I've got the Roli 25 key working properly. I've got the Seaboard working properly. Something not quite right at the moment about the Lightpad, but we'll see. Alright, I'll get back to you. There's just another installment on John Green's More Beats, More Bass. More beats. Alright, I figured it wouldn't be fair if I said I have to fix the PC and I didn't show you how I was doing it. And like I said, Roli software is pretty intuitive. So this is the page that I've got. So many things to get started with, but I am not about to get busy with all of those because I've still got this disabled bloody thing at the top. So you think, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? What the hell am I supposed to do? You know? So I take this block by itself, not connected to anything. And it says, hey, you haven't got anything connected, man. Why don't you connect something? So I connect the block, right, all by itself. There it is. It says, here I am, but I'm disabled. I can't do squat. So I'll click on it. Oh, look at that. The block must be updated before it can be used. So I imagine that some of this stuff that I've bought, maybe the person hasn't used it for a bit, at least not since the last firmware update. And that's an opportunity for me to update. And I actually noticed that I updated the software for the Roli Seaboard block. I updated the software for the 25 key Roli Rise today. And right now I'm updating the software for the Lightpad. And I'll tell you, man, this Lightpad, they say, has harder rubber. I've ordered the other Lightpad, which has a softer cover, a lot more like the Seaboard. And I'm a little bit excited now that I can see that once you update each device one by one, everything else after that should be pretty easy to put together and be fairly intuitive. I know there's nothing too exciting about me watching this device being uploaded, but it'll give you an idea of what you can expect. So this morning, this is the third device that I've had to update because this is the third device that I've uploaded or registered with Roli. The day is not over. The day is not over. I've got one more Roli device. It's the transport for the Roli blocks, and it does all of the looping and things like that on it. This is brand new and sealed, so the code inside should be fresh, and it should be easy enough to put onto, just to get it registered onto the web page. Everything has to be legit, and this is one of the things that's important, I think. When you're buying Roli products, you have to be legit and use the proper Roli software so that everything works properly. You get the full 5 dimensions. What are they? Touch, pressure, lift, that's 3. I don't know, there's a few other things in there. I don't know what they are. But anyway, there's 5 dimensions of the Roli MIDI controllers, and that's what's much different to a lot of normal MIDI controllers, which are a lot more, let's say, mechanical, and these are a lot more intuitive. And so while this thing's still uploading, this has been a long day of uploading, of registering all my Roli gear. 4 different products that I'm registering on the same day, but I'll admit it's all going to be done before lunchtime. So it's all pretty easy. And the help from Roli has been very, very good. And you know, oh, now this is up to date too. So hopefully it shouldn't say disabled anymore. Does it still say disabled? It says to update it again. Crap. Alright, I guess I got to update that properly. It didn't work. Alright, so the last part is to install all of the other software. The software that comes with Roli is the Equator software, which is the most important, I say. Actually, probably the most important is the Launchpad, the part of Roli where you can control the sensitivity, the pressure and things like that, the touch sensitivity of the keyboard through the Roli dashboard. And then another app is the Equator software, which is the thing that I was looking forward to getting, because it has the you know, like the cellos, the oboes, the saxophones, the reed instruments, the brass instruments, things I'm really cellos, double bass, you know, other string instruments I'm really been trying to get my finger into, but wouldn't want to actually buy one in real life, so I could play around with that on the Roli blocks, and that's something to really look forward to. There's also other software which I'm not familiar with exactly. Probably more synth modeling software. We can actually design synths or patch synths together. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that. In combination now with using Bitwig should be able to recognize all of this hardware. The problem before was that Bitwig was only recognizing the MIDI controller, but not recognizing all of the motion and movements that you were doing on the controller, because it was seeing it as a normal MIDI controller, not a particular device, which is a registered Roli device. And when you see the Roli devices come up in the menu for Bitwig or whatever program you're using in your DAW, then Equator and the other pieces of software will show up in your plugins list, and then you'll be able to use all of these plugins in your recordings. And so then the idea is that from using Bitwig or whatever other software you're using, you can use the full 5 dimensions of the Roli software and record them. Whereas, and I tried it a couple of days ago, if you try to not register your Roli product, if you don't deregister it or whatever and get it re-registered in your name, if you don't get the software, the computer's only going to recognize it basically as a normal MIDI trigger, and it will not give you the full expressiveness of the keyboard that you paid good money for. So there's no point trying to just buy a Roli or get a Roli and use it without getting the proper software and updating it. You can't get the software without having a device. With a device, you've registered it with Roli, and then you qualify for the software for free. The third-party stuff isn't available to people who buy second-hand, but Roli does a very good job of handing over ownership to the next person. The only tricky bit is that there are 5 times you can sell this Roli device. The first person selling it doesn't have a problem. They register and deregister, but then the last person selling it cannot in good faith sell it on to the next person, because once it's been registered 5 times, Roli will no longer, or so they say, Roli will no longer allow you to register a Roli product the 6th time. I don't know why. Maybe it's changed hands too many times, I'm not sure. But they have a 5 registration limit on Roli products. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've checked that out on their webpage. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in. I'm just going to update the software now. Thanks for listening to me talk about Roli and the 5 registrations that you get before you can't use their product anymore, like Apple. If you think that's great or not great or whatever, you can leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about Roli, and I'll respond to whatever comments you've got, because I'm interested now. It's a day of deactivating, activating, and getting things to work properly. So thanks for tuning in so far. John Green, more beats, more bass, right here in Sligo, Ireland.